Legitimately can't.
Welcome to What's Up on a Weird.
Fuck.
As Chelsea is making faces on us as we do a countdown to start recording.
And I am so tired that I'm slightly delirious, so this might be highly entertaining.
I was going to say, I think this episode's going to be a little bit kookier, a lot funnier. We're doing cryptids, but we're not doing like mainstream cryptids. We're doing ones that are like the rotten redheaded stepchildren of like the mainstream.
See, this is how
the
today is
mainstream
going.
cryptids. It honestly is.
But it's like, we don't hate Bigfoot, but we've all heard about Bigfoot. We've heard a million things about Bigfoot. So we're coming at you with
Bigfoot
some
lives in my
things that-
backyard. It is what it is. We know he's there.
It's like our everyday life. We hear from him.
It's true.
We do. Yeah. So
we live in Bigfoot's backyard.
True that.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
Yeah.
I will apologize. I'll send out smoke signals tomorrow morning.
You should, because he might be real upset about that.
Is he like
I'm gonna look out the window and he's just pressed against it, like, bitch.
I mean, if he's as tall as they say he is, he might be able to see in my bedroom window. So
no, he's gonna write on your back window. It's just gonna say "bitch" when you go to back up, and you're like, "Oh my god."
Jake pulled a prank on me one time where we were in Courtney's driveway, and he always gets the gate, right? Make sure it's open. And I put it in reverse, and he was like this at like eyes big at the reverse camera, and I almost shit my pants.
You're lucky you didn't run him over. I probably would have panicked and let go of the brake.
Gunned
it
like,
really
quick.
What if I just stomped the gas because he scared me?
Right?
He was like, I had faith. I'm like, too much.
Yeah. Yikes.
It's like that. I don't know if you saw, there's a reel I saw on Instagram a couple days ago, and there was these people getting in an argument, and the one lady recording is like, he just tried to hit me with his car, and then his wife was like, no, he's not that kind of person, he's super nice, and then the husband hits the wife with the car. and she's like, oh, he just wasn't paying attention, he's like, you know, he's okay. And it's like, no, he got so mad that he almost hit you he did hit you with their car. Like, you had a backup camera.
Yeah, that's
like, he
frowned
probably
upon.
did hit her.
I want to print out something and stick it to Rob's backup camera. So like he goes to back up in the morning and there's like this witch.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what Jake did to me.
You need to put his car in reverse, take a picture of the screen, and then like Photoshop something in it, and then you can put it perfectly over his backup camera. So when it comes up, it'll be exactly what's behind the car, just with whatever you want in it.
Interesting.
She's out here playing chess, not checkers.
Yeah, I was going for the quick scare. You're going for the long haul scare. I like it.
I told you guys we finally found out who put the shitbox edition sticker on Mitch's truck, right?
No.
Yes. It's been
his
2.5 years.
2 years ago.
Let's freaking go.
I know. He blamed everybody at every job site he went to. He was calling like everybody, and he was like, I know you did it. And they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, he just told us like the day before he left this year.
Yeah, he was like certain it was Jake.
David
we thought it was Jake. He is. We thought it was Jake when there was an Annoyatron in his truck that made a cricket sound.
That is a classic Jake move.
It is, but he told us he got out of the Annoyatron game because it got too hard and too deep. It got too serious with people.
I won't keep us going on this story a little longer than necessary, but so we were sitting in the wrestling room the other day, and I had missed the practice before because I was at work. And one of the moms was like, did your husband tell you, like, we heard a frog in the wrestling room? And I was like, well, that's weird. And Rob goes, I didn't say frog. I said a caw. And I was like, caw? Like a bird? And he goes, yeah, like caw. And literally within a minute of hearing that, I heard a frog, a ribbit. And not even a minute later, I heard caw.
You're like, I'm having a stroke. It's great. Like, here we go. It's happening.
I looked at the both of them and I was like, this is not real life. And she goes, maybe there's a bird stuck like in the vent or something. I think it's an Annoyatron thing. I think somebody put these sound things somewhere in the wrestling room. And yeah, so I was
You'll never find them.
Never.
You'll never find it.
And it was just like random throughout the evening. Like,
yeah.
And especially rooms like that really echo.
Yeah. Yeah.
In his truck.
Fucking hilarious is all I got to say.
Yeah.
But on that note, who's hilarious cryptid? Well, they might not be hilarious, but I will probably find them hilarious. Whose cryptid is going first?
I'll go first.
Have at it.
All right. Well, as we know, unfortunately, there are a lot of ways to die in the woods. You can freeze. You can starve. You could fall into a ravine and be eaten by something that doesn't even feel bad about it. But tonight, I want to tell you about a creature that allegedly died the same way every single time it was threatened. Can you guess what it might be?
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of, yeah, I kind of was hinting at it. Anyway, it exploded.
So yes, self-defense mechanism.
Is that like the game Exploding Kittens? Because I've seen that. I've never played it.
It's a lot of fun, actually.
I swear to God, we tried to play that game, and I don't know what happened to my brain, but nothing made sense to my brain that night, and I like rage quit. I was like, I don't understand. I will sit back and let you guys play, but I'm not doing this.
That happened to me the only time I played.
I still think about it till this day. That it just didn't make sense to me, and it still pisses me off. So anyway, my story is the story of the Gumbaroo, a cryptid that was so poorly designed that the only reason we still talk about it is because it erased its own evidence, which honestly feels kind of intentional. So the Gumbaroo comes from the American frontier folklore, primarily from the Pacific Northwest and parts of the upper Midwest, which is important context because this is the same story tradition that gave us lumberjacks who wrestled mountains, oxen the size of hills, and men who somehow chopped down forests that absolutely did not want to be chopped. So already we're in the realm of creative nonfiction. The Gumbaroo is usually described as roughly bear-sized, low to the ground, covered in smooth, black, rubbery skin. All I keep picturing is like a Kong shaped like a bear. Yeah. With a body that looks less like an animal and something that should not be legally near open flames. It lived in pine forests, wandered slowly, and according to legend, it was nearly impervious to bullets. Not because it was armed. Yeah. What?
Did they just bounce off of it?
Not because it was armored, but because its skin was elastic. Bullets didn't penetrate it. They bounced. Which means, at some point, someone fired a gun, watched physics politely resign, and said, ah, yes, a cryptid.
It's like the old saying, it's like this is the epitome of, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say to me bounces off of me and sticks to you.
Quite literally, you can just say, I'm the Gumbaroo. There you go.
It rhymes with
It does rhyme. Yeah, you
first
can yell that first.
I said a few things and I didn't even realize I was muted. I was like, why the fuck are you guys talking over me?
Well, I could see your mouth moving and I was like, wait.
Embarrassing.
Fucking embarrassing.
Fucking embarrassing.
All right. Now, here's where the Gumbaroo becomes less of a creature and more of a cosmic prank. Because inside of that rubbery hide, the Gumbaroo was allegedly filled with highly flammable resin, similar to pine sap. Yeah. We're getting crickets from the other side, so that makes sense. So its body was functionally a walking accelerant. So when settlers tried to shoot it and failed because, again, rubber,
And
they
accelerant.
escalated. Right. But that's on the inside. So you have to penetrate everything to get to the accelerant on the inside. It's like
lose-lose situation.
It's an extreme pinata. Except we're not using bats, we're using guns. So, rubber bounced off. They then escalated because obviously if you can't kill it with guns, we need to actually figure out what to kill it with, apparently.
Dope. Yeah.
And when heat or puncture did reach the inside of the Gumbaroo, it caught fire and then exploded. Not metaphorically, not poetically. It exploded like a meat-based Molotov cocktail.
Ew. What a gross visual.
Are you telling me that this creature weighs like 300 or 400 pounds and then it just blows itself up from the inside?
Yeah. Well, depending on how it gets scared or punctured. But yes, it's...
Well, I don't like the meat firework scenario.
Guys, these visuals, I cannot.
The raining of the meat.
Yeah.
Okay, so this would raise some important questions, right? Why would nature create an animal whose defense mechanism is self-deletion? Like skunks figured out the smell, porcupines went with spikes, and the Gumbaroo said, what if I turned myself into a problem for everybody? I told you that was going to be my running theme for the year. So we have the Gumbaroo being a problem for everybody.
I want to be a problem.
So I do too. I've spent 35 years of my life trying not to be the problem. And I'm not unhappy with where I am, but I feel like I could go further if I was the problem. So we might be doing that.
Listen, you can fail at things you hate, so you might as well do what you love. And I love fucking shit up. So
as you wish.
Here we go.
So most Gumbaroo encounters follow the same general structure. Someone sees a strange black creature in the woods. They shoot it immediately. The bullet bounces off. Panic escalates. Fire becomes involved. Everything is worse now. And there are stories of entire forest patches burning down after a Gumbaroo encounter, which is extremely convenient for a legend that otherwise leaves no remains. No bones, no fur, no carcass. Just scorched earth and the word of a guy whose job was already professional exaggerator.
This feels very Crash Bandicoot.
I was kind of getting that vibe a little until I ran into that rubbery skin part. But yes, the exploding part is definitely giving me Crash Bandicoot vibes.
I cannot explain fully why, but all I can think of is Super Troopers. Hey, bear fucker, do you need assistance?
That's not
I don't know why.
There's a mailbox on a road by our house that every time I see it, I think of Super Troopers. Yell, hey, bear fucker.
Yes, I've seen it.
Every time I see it, I think of that. All right. So you're a pioneer. Your cabin burns down. You quite literally have two options. Admit that you just knocked over the lantern, or say a flammable demon bear did it. One of those is definitely going to make you sound a lot cooler. Right? I mean, yeah. So let's suspend belief, even more so than we already are, and say the Gumbaroo existed. It would be a mammal with elastic, bullet-resistant skin, internal stores of volatile resin, no apparent survival instinct, and this creature would not make it past one evolutionary meeting. Natural selection would take one look and go, no. Bye. Please leave. Even prey animals understand not being on fire as a general life goal. Like, nobody really wants to explode on purpose. The Gumbaroo is what happens when folklore ignores biology and says, yeah, but wouldn't it be wild if?
If?
And the answer is yes, but this is too wild, so please stop. So frontier life was obviously terrifying. The forests were dark, sounds carried weirdly, especially if you weren't used to it. Animals looked different in low light, especially when covered in sap, mud, or blood. Black bears, for example, are real. They also rub against pine trees. They also bleed, and they also burn. Add exhaustion, hunger, isolation, and suddenly the woods are full of things that shouldn't exist.
That's true.
The Gumbaroo isn't just a monster. It's an explanation. A way to make chaos feel intentional. Having a little bit more control of the narrative, I would assume. Because, it kind of helps you sleep at night in the dark woods that you don't know what's going on next to.
Yeah, you just make up stories in your head.
Right. Nobody wants to do that. So, let's compare. Bigfoot hides. Mothman warns. The Wendigo corrupts. The Gumbaroo self-destructs. It doesn't stalk you. It doesn't haunt you. It inconveniences you violently and then ceases to be. It's less like a cryptid and more a cautionary tale that says, maybe stop shooting first, which historically did not stick.
To say, what a time to have that conversation.
For real. So many things. I love the Gumbaroo because it feels honest. It didn't pretend to be ancient or mythical. It feels like a joke told too seriously for too long by people who desperately needed it. They needed entertainment and control, and what better way than telling fun stories? The Gumbaroo is folklore admitting we didn't know what we saw. We panicked. We burned something down, and we needed it to mean something. And so they gave the fire a face. If you ever find yourself in the woods and you see something strange, something dark, or something that doesn't make sense, maybe don't shoot it. Because if the Gumbaroo has taught us anything, it's this. Sometimes the monster isn't what's in the forest. It's what people do when they don't understand it. Ta-da! That's the Gumbaroo.
I told you earlier, its name, just Gumby and a kangaroo mixed together, is the vibe that gives me. And can you picture an already fucking pissed off kangaroo with a tail that can go and grow so they can be taller? Wild behavior. No. Yeah, that's what comes to my brain.
No.
So.
Maybe the kangaroo is the outlaw of the animal world because, being the
that lives in
convict
Australia.
colony down in Australia. They were talking for a while about releasing kangaroos into Wyoming because it was similar to their surroundings in Australia, short of extreme heat.
Let's please just don't
fuck with it. We got enough issues. Don't fuck with it.
Yeah. Well, they're pests down there. I think they're considered as pests, like for
they look
wild
like giant rat people.
I was gonna say, and they can get yoked, man, and that's terrifying to me.
They real scary.
The kicking power of their feet is 500 foot-pounds per square inch.
I don't like that information.
No.
I did a project on it in high school, and that was my favorite fact, and I held on to it forever.
Keep your kangaroos.
Yeah, you can keep them. It's fine. We're fine.
I'll take a wombat, though.
I was going to say, I'll take a wallaby or a wombat or a koala. Yeah. That poor little syphilitic koala.
Yeah, sloths scare me because their nails are like 17 inches long or something stupid.
Except they would take them 7 years to try to do anything with them. So you'd be able to. It'd be like slow motion Matrix, except it would take 8 minutes instead of 8 seconds.
I can't. The claws freak me out. I don't know.
I get that.
All right. Well, who's cryptids next?
Chelsea, you want to go?
Sure. All right. Mine is not the Pacific Northwest. I kind of stayed out of this general area. But if you've ever driven the back roads of eastern Ohio, past rolling hills, dense forests, and quiet Appalachian...
Nope.
It's real hard. So, okay, I'm gonna preface this with, how many times have you heard it Appalachian and Appalachian? I just tried to mix those two.
Appalachian.
I hear Appalachian more than I hear Appalachian.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's one way or another. I don't care. I always say Appalachian Mountains. Anyway. So, yeah. So when you're driving past quiet Appalachian towns, you've probably felt it. That sense that you're not alone, that there's something watching from the tree line. Tonight, we're diving into one of Ohio's most enduring and unsettling legends, the Ohio Grassman. It's a massive bipedal creature said to roam the forests, avoid humans at all costs, and leave behind only fleeting glimpses and unanswered questions. This isn't a story of a loud, aggressive monster crashing through campsites. This is something much quieter, smarter, and according to many witnesses, very real.
The All Ohio I'm picturing is like a voodoo doll.
Yeah,
like a voodoo doll running through the forest. Scarecrow.
It is, okay, I don't know where my brain has been, but it's, to me, shaped like a Sour Patch Kid, but like a voodoo doll, like with the grass. So like Sour Patch Kid shaped. Yes.
Yeah, that's really funny.
All I could think. The Ohio Grassman is often described as the Midwest's answer to Bigfoot, but locals will tell you that this creature is different. First reported as early as the 1800s, the Grassman is said to inhabit the heavily forested areas of eastern and southeastern Ohio, particularly near the Appalachian foothills. Unlike the towering, aggressive Sasquatch seen in the Pacific Northwest, the Grassman is believed to be shorter and stockier, more elusive, less vocal, and far more cautious around humans. Witnesses describe it to be standing 6 to 7 feet tall, with broad shoulders, long arms, and dark brown or black hair covering its entire body. Its name comes from its alleged behavior, weaving nests and shelters out of tall grasses, reeds, and corn stalks, rather than branches. These nests are said to be dome-shaped, sometimes large enough for an adult human to crouch inside. And here's where things get strange. Farmers across Ohio have reported something odd for generations. Cornfields flattened in circular patterns, tall grass bent and woven together, shelters appearing overnight with no footprints leading in or out. But these structures don't resemble animal dens. They look intentional. Witnesses say the nests are often hidden near water sources, found deep in woods or at the edge of farmland, and constructed with surprising care. Unlike Bigfoot's stick structures, these nests are made almost entirely of grass, weeds, crops, and suggest that the creature spends time observing its environment and choosing materials deliberately.
Are you sure this isn't a man in a ghillie suit?
Could be. Except in the 1800s of it all.
I mean, if he's weaving grass into house huts and stuff, I mean, why couldn't he have made like a bear suit or something? I mean, do you have a ton of bears in Ohio?
I actually have no idea.
You lived there for like 10 years.
It wasn't that long. Well, maybe it was. But I don't think they had bears there. I would. Some researchers believe that the Grassman is semi-nomadic, moving its shelters frequently to avoid detection, and it seems to work. Long before the name Grassman existed, Native American tribes in the region spoke of hairy forest beings, creatures that lived between the human world and the spirit world. Some tribes described them as guardians of the forest. Yes?
There are black bears, and they're present in the southeast. So exactly where...
Yeah. The
you're
east and
talking about.
southeast is, yeah. Huh. Some tribes describe them as guardians of the forest, tricksters, or warnings against disrespecting nature. These beings were often said to avoid direct contact, right? Watch from a distance, and leave signs rather than confrontations, which lines up eerily well with modern grassman encounters. Early settlers also recorded stories of wild men seen near the Ohio River Valley, creatures that fled when approached and left behind broken vegetation and massive footprints. But it wasn't until the early 20th century that reports really began to pile up. In the 1970s and 80s, sightings increased dramatically. Hunters reported being followed. Hikers heard footsteps pacing just out of their sight. Farmers found crops damaged in ways that didn't match known animals. One witness described hearing slow, deliberate breathing behind them while fishing, only to turn and see a massive figure retreat silently into the brush.
No, it's the breathing. Cannot. No.
Yeah, no, I can't even do my kids breathing that close to my ear. Like, I'm not going to let some stranger do it. Especially one that's going to back into the darkness. Like, at least let me see your face or talk to me before this happens. Uh-oh. And we're back. Crisis averted. We figured it out.
Sorry, guys, I suck.
All right. So we left off with witnesses turning around and seeing a massive figure slowly retreat into the brush. No growls, no screams, just gone. But another common detail is the smell. Witnesses often report a strong, musky odor described as wet earth, rotting vegetation, or sulfur lingering after sightings.
So it's a demon.
Well, I mean, demons don't really smell like vegetation.
But
I don't
sulfur.
like the sulfur of it. Like, everything else, it could be like, okay, cool. It could be something with fur that just, like, hasn't bathed in a while. But then the sulfur gets popped in there, and it's like...
Yeah, but sulfur is, like, extra stinky. So I see where they're going with that. It's just, like, a real... It's a strong smell.
It's a gross.
And then there are the footprints. The Ohio grassman footprints are typically reported as 14 to 18 inches long, broad with defined toes, and sometimes showing dermal ridges. But unlike big footprints in muddy riverbanks, grassman prints are often found in fields, grassy areas, or loose soil, making them harder to preserve.
Struggling to survive over there.
I was just thinking when you were talking about the footprints, I was like, okay, so hold on, I can't describe it because I don't know what things are called, but it's right here.
I don't know what's happening.
I literally pictured the footprints looking like this, just in the ground, because we were talking about it being straw, and so like his legs were like a voodoo doll. And so
the Sour Patch Kid voodoo doll.
All I kept picturing when you said footprints was like, so I have a straw broom that's round, and I just kept thinking of it just punctured into the ground, and all you saw was like these round circles of like punctured straw marks with little bits of it just missing in the footprint.
Okay, I need maybe Charlie to draw me a Sour Patch Kid voodoo doll. Because I can't get over this at this point. I need to see it with my eyeballs. I see it in my brain, but my eyeballs need to see the Sour Patch Kid voodoo doll.
Let me see what I can finagle while we're doing this.
Okay, perfect. In several cases, plaster casts were attempted only for the impression to collapse or fade quickly. Skeptics argue hoaxes, believers argue consistency, and then there's one case that stands out above the rest. Salt Fork State Park, Ohio's largest state park, has become the hotspot for grassman encounters. Over the years, campers and park employees have reported heavy footsteps near campsites, tents shaken in the night, tall silhouettes watching from tree limbs, and one park ranger allegedly refused to speak publicly about an encounter, but reportedly told colleagues that he saw something that wasn't a bear and wasn't human. Several visitors reported seeing the same thing, a figure standing upright, motionless, watching. Then slowly stepping backward into the woods, never turning its back, almost as if it didn't want to lose sight of them.
It's like Homer Simpson in the bushes. Just
In the bushes, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the most unsettling aspects of the Grassman legend is its intelligence. Unlike other cryptids, the Grassman rarely leaves clear evidence, avoids trail cameras, appears to recognize human patterns, and some researchers believe that it understands roads, property lines, and even hunting seasons. There are
There's
reports
people out here that aren't cryptids that don't even understand property lines.
Yeah, no kidding.
Word.
Way
There
to go
are
the extra
reports
mile,
of
Ohio.
creatures crossing roads only where visibility is lowest, activity increasing during fog or heavy rain, sightings stopping entirely after human investigation ramps up. It doesn't want to be found, which raises the question, is it hiding from us or protecting something? Mainstream science, of course, dismissed the Grassman as folklore. Common explanations include misidentified bears, escaped exotic animals, which happens in Ohio a lot for some fucking reason, human hoaxes, fear responses, like you turn around quick and you might see something, but then there's actually nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
Critics explanations argue that Ohio bears do not build nests, bears do not walk upright for extended periods, bears do not weave grass structures, and bears do not retreat silently on two legs.
You sure about that?
I think they attack on two
sure
legs.
about that?
You sure about that?
I mean, I'm telling you, the overlap of stupid people and smart bears is quite large.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong. Some cryptozoologists speculate that the Grassman could be a relic hominoid species, a regional variation of Sasquatch, or something we haven't classified yet. Others take it a step further. Some witnesses report missing time after encounters. Others describe electronic interference, phones losing signal, batteries draining. A few claim the creature even seems to fade rather than walk away.
Oh.
This has led some to theorize the Grassman may not be entirely physical. Could it be interdimensional? A guardian spirit? And does it slip between worlds? While these ideas stretch credibility, they persist, largely because witnesses struggle to explain what they've experienced, and because the Grassman doesn't behave like a normal animal. Why Ohio?
Chelsea, you have to check your phone.
Is she recording on it, though?
I know. Hold on.
Are you recording on it?
I am.
Well, then don't. Here.
That's exactly what I was picturing.
I love him.
You have to post that to the page.
I want one.
I'll do one of each of ours.
Thank you.
And then we'll post them.
I need one of these dolls made for me now. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm in love.
Okay. So, why Ohio? I have asked myself that question many times, but
haven't we all?
Ohio's eastern region offers dense forest, abundant water sources, low human population in rural areas, because fucking Ohio. My information doesn't say that, but I just thought that'd be fun to add. Natural cave systems, rolling terrain perfect for concealment, and it's also a crossroads, geographically and historically, making it a place where legends overlap. Some believe that Grassman has always been here, and we are the newcomers. One thing stands out. Huh?
I said that tracks.
All right. One thing stands out.
Forever.
Probably. Nearly all the reports say that the Grassman is not violent. It scares people. It watches. It follows. But there are almost no stories of it attacking. That has led some to believe that the creature is simply curious or defensive of its territory. It's a silent reminder that humans are not alone in the woods. So, what's the Ohio Grassman? Is it a misidentified animal? A living fossil? a ghost of the forest, or a story that we tell ourselves to explain the unknown. Maybe it's all of those things. Or maybe it's something we're not meant to fully understand. So the next time you're walking through the tall grass or camping near the edge of the woods and you feel that unmistakable sensation of being watched, remember, in Ohio, the forest has eyes. So, like, hearing some of that makes me think that, like, it's almost alien.
It's got to be a walking scarecrow.
I thought native.
Yeah. But, like, it talks about, like, feeling like time stops, watches, batteries draining, all of that. And that part made me think, like, that sounds like when aliens are near and people lose, like, blah, blah, blah,
That's true. It could be it could be a different, a creature from a different dimension. And that's where the hole is, because that also happens at Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes.
But the spot where it happens is like 3 miles above the ground. Like, you can't get there unless you're in a plane.
I'm so fascinated, like, with that book and that show, though the show is awful, but that whole story.
The show is pretty terrible. But I do like that they literally continue on and they're like, yeah, we just couldn't catch it on. Like, they don't actually make shit up on it. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just like, oh, look at this. There's nothing there, obviously. But, like, they keep going with it scientifically and all. So I always appreciate that. But
Ian on Necronomipod does a really good series on Skinwalker Ranch. I know he said recently, it's one of their, like, older sessions, and I know he said recently that because they're coming out with more and more stuff and they're still looking into it, that he really would like to do another setup of more episodes. But I highly recommend checking that one out. They did a good job, I think.
Yeah, Skinwalkers freak me out to a whole nother level.
Oh yeah,
that's real shit I won't touch. I'm not going near that.
No, absolutely not. And even I get on, like, Appalachian freaking TikTok sometimes, and they'll be on in the middle of the night. They'll be on their covered porches, because that's what you have in Ohio, is the covered fucking, screened porches. And they'll be sitting on those, like, having a tea or a coffee or whatever, just smoking a cigarette. And then all of a sudden you hear all the bugs stop. All the cicadas stop, all of it. And I'm just like, you best go inside. And they're like, oh my gosh, look, it happened again. And they're just talking. And I'm like, you can't see outside. What are you doing on your porch still?
Bro, so that happens roughly in, like, the July, August timeframe up at the river. And obviously I know that property like the back of my hand. Like, I could walk around with a blindfold on. But when we are outside around a fire and you hear it, the crickets are so loud and the frogs are so loud, and then everything goes dead silent. I'm like, cool, we're about to die.
Yep.
Like, they clearly sense something.
That's the scariest silence I have ever heard in all of my days.
Yeah.
All right. You're creepy cute cryptid, Bruce.
Okay. Well, I am doing what's called the Ningen. And so basically the Ningen, they have a hard time describing it because they say that it looks like something that's trying to be human. So it's Japanese, the word Ningen. It literally translates to human, which is already super disturbing.
I don't like it.
But the stories originally begin with Japanese whaling crews and research vessels that are operating in, like, the Antarctic waters. So basically they're, like, the most isolated and crazy places of, planet Earth. But these basically, all of that to say, they're not tourists and they're not thrill seekers. They're, like, professionals that are down there. They've spent their entire careers at sea. And it's been multiple crews across many, many years reporting the same thing. And it's a pale humanoid figure in the water, enormous and completely silent.
Oh, 100,000. You just changed my life, because I will never ever go back in the ocean.
I'm logging off now. Bye.
Okay.
Large bodies of water, count them out. I will never.
Yeah. Well, apparently, and this thing doesn't like move around a bunch. It's not splashing around. These crews will just look down and see something
That's the
huge
worst.
and pale, and it's not moving. It's like it's just there watching. So, okay.
I want to redo all of this. Can you find a different thing and talk about right now? Because I'm unsettled.
Oh no. Oh no, I cannot. Okay. So descriptions of the Ningen are pretty consistent, which is also scary. So witnesses say it's about 30 to 40 feet long. Smooth skin, so no visible hair, no scales, nothing like that. Long humanoid arms, sometimes ending in hands, sometimes not.
They just forget to draw them because they're bad at them?
I don't know.
That happens a lot.
No visible neck. So
same Ningen. I feel it.
Some of the pictures I saw online kind of looked like a beluga whale, but with people arms.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy. So, anyways,
like that.
Courtney, put that in your app right now.
So when it comes to the face, that's where people start to hesitate and it gets a little bit different. So some people say it has really hollow black eyes and vague mouth, just like kind of a line. And then some people say the face looks like it's almost kind of unfinished, like not quite all the features are there.
I'm gonna have nightmares now. Thanks a lot.
You know those really nicely done art pieces, and then the face is like erased and all is like a sloppy pencil drawing? That is what I'm thinking of.
Well, so one of the quotes was
with human arms
and a sloppy drawn face.
Word. Well, and like one of the quotes even said it didn't really have a face. It was like a suggestion of one.
Oh, why does that make it worse?
It was like a.
Hold please.
I'm unsettled at best right now.
With a suggestion of a face. Just saying that sentence gives me goosebumps.
Yeah. No. So pretty much nightmare fuel for you guys. So again, the Ningen, it's not thrashing. It's not leaping out of the water. It's not behaving like any kind of animal trying to be noticed. It behaves like something trying not to be noticed. So witnesses report it swimming upright. So not long, but upright. So you don't see as much of it.
Wait, did we cover what at the bottom of it looked like? Just
Nah, I have no idea.
Sorry. Wait, we don't know. Like it's like it could be like a fused Ken doll, like legs and everything with no fins. We don't.
No idea.
Unsettled at best.
Yep. So here it goes, swimming upright. It likes to glide just beneath the surface. So the water's not moving, but it's right there. And then it surfaces slowly without a splash. And then it sinks straight back down vertically. Again, no splash, very quiet. It keeps pace with ships, dead silent. Yeah. So like a lot of them have kind of described it as feeling as if they were being studied by this creature. And another...
I literally can't with mine and Chelsea's faces. I'm just like, can this get worse? And then she goes, oh yes, watch.
Gets worse.
Dollop more right on top of it. Kill me now.
I'm upset. You've upset me.
Disturbed.
And I'm not done. So one of the quotes from a crew member said he described the feeling as being followed by something patient. Yeah. So anyways, several of the witnesses used the same phrase independently. It looked like it was pretending to be human. So it wasn't copying humans perfectly. It was just kind of close enough to feel intentional. So like wrongs in the wrong like position or proportion, a torso that didn't quite move right, a head that doesn't tilt, it just turns, like things that were just slightly off.
I mean, how could you turn your head if you had no neck? So that makes sense.
I mean, owl. That's all I can think of is an owl.
I guess.
But like, that's the part that people couldn't shake is like, predators don't necessarily feel the need to pretend, but observers
No
do.
shit. Like Men in Black,
So,
except they're white.
yeah. So, Antarctica, why is this the perfect place to kind of hide something? So, bodies don't resurface. That much is obvious. Evidence freezes or it sinks. Sonar data is completely classified, and there's military and research presence really heavy in that area. So if something large lived there, if something intelligent lived there, it could have existed there for a long time without ever being cataloged. And so, like, basically the question is, could something like this actually exist? And
1,000%.
would we even know if it did?
Apparently
So
not.
yeah. So some of the skeptics about the Ningen have been saying that it's a beluga whale, that it's an iceberg, a seal, a trick of the light, all this. But
40-foot
like,
beluga whale.
belugas don't have arms, icebergs don't pace ships, and seals don't submerge vertically without disturbing any water, which is still one of the crazier visuals for me. So, and experienced sailors also, like, they know the difference between ice animals, like machinery. They know the difference. So they were not confused. They were not mistaken. So some researchers have also suggested that it's like the isolation and the darkness and the cold that are causing these crew members to hallucinate. But they don't repeat over decades. Like, you don't have the same hallucinations. And again, it doesn't follow ships. It doesn't appear on sonar. So this thing isn't chaotic. It's really calm, and it just follows ships. It watches. It's not trying to hurt them. But basically what people are trying to say is this thing a monster, or is it a version of us that adapted to like cold and pressure and silence, and it just is a crazy different version of some kind of evolution
Well, I mean,
that's
in
learning
theory,
to
if we
observe. And
came from fish, you would assume that at some point when we split to go to land, something else split and went into the water. Like
yeah,
they've mentioned that there's potentially a giant cave opening at the bottom of Antarctica that you can apparently see from satellite imaging. They've got the Marianas
yeah,
Trench and of things
yeah,
of that. It's like, what do you think is down there? Like, you don't know what could
you don't
potentially have a
know.
cave with air in it if it goes up into something else. Like, you don't know. We don't know
Yeah, we
what's
don't
under
know.
there.
Well, and a lot of people said that it kind of felt like, you know when you say you feel like you're being watched, it sounds creepy, but to them they kind of felt like they were being watched, like we were the strange ones. Like, that was kind of the feeling. Like, it wasn't like, oh, being watched to hurt you, but kind of being watched as if just being like, what? So
What
it was
are
like
you?
yeah. And so nobody's ever gotten proof of it, so there's no clear photos, obviously no bodies, no physical evidence. Because if the Ningen does exist, cameras tend to fail down there. It's an issue with the trench that has been very well documented. It lives where humans leave very quickly, and it lives where things disappear. So it's like, maybe it kind of gets that, maybe it understands that, and it's surviving because it doesn't make a big deal. I don't know. So I think, to me, the scariest part about the Ningen is not necessarily how it looks. Like, yeah, that's creepy, but it's like, it's not chasing, it's not attacking, it's not like announcing itself. It just watches. And then until people leave, and then it stays, and it doesn't follow them. Like, it just kind of hangs out underneath the ice. So that is the Ningen in the Antarctic. Your guys' favorite story I've done so far, it sounds like.
Literally, I would rather pluck every single hair one at a time out of my arm than listen to that story ever
I second that motion.
again. Possibly
Yeah.
every hair on my body. I don't know. I mean, right now it's a pretty tight race.
Yeah, we'll start with the arms, frankly.
Yeah, I'm down
Listen,
for the arms.
you guys said do cryptid. That's not very well heard of.
I mean,
And I
you
kind
know
of wish
how
I
I
could go
feel
back
about
to
the
not hearing
ocean.
about it.
Uh-huh.
You're welcome.
Let me update my previous statement. I will pluck all the hairs off my arm individually to immediately forget that story.
Yeah, I'm unsettled.
Too bad.
Although it does maybe like, there's giant jellyfish. I wonder if maybe that kind of gave that sense,
Or the
that look.
oarfish.
Yeah, I don't think I know what that is. But the like floating just below the surface type thing, and then like the white, and I don't know. Like I've never been out that far in the ocean. I can't say, but who knows?
Yeah. I'll see if I can find you guys pictures of the Ningen, like of what people have drawn in the past. Ningen. Yeah. Yeah. So that is some fun Ningen folklore. But have you guys...
That's an oarfish.
It's creepy as fuck.
Why does that just look like a light beam going down?
This is also what it looks like.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm going to show you.
That's what I was thinking of when she said vertical.
Yeah.
1,000. This is getting worse. Why did I look?
Okay, yeah, I just showed them a picture of what some other people have kind of like drawn out, and it's creepy as fuck. Like legitimately, I probably would have a heart attack and die if I saw
bothered.
that. Yeah. So,
oh my god.
Now it's time for bed. Have sweet dreams, you guys. Anyways, do we know what we want to do next week?
I don't know. Something nice that we don't have to hear about this fucking shit again.
Listen, this podcast is about weird fucking shit. Okay? So I'm telling you about some weird shit.
But not like unsettling. I feel like I need a bath after that.
I showered before this.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you guys, anyone out there has suggestions, I mean, we have so many ideas, but it's like we find one central idea and then 3 split off stories for us. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is not, that's how we work. So if you guys have a suggestion, we have our Instagram, my Instagram, Once Upon a Weird's Instagram. What?
So 2 options that could be fun. Hold on. There we go. I had to find you guys again. We could do cursed items.
Ooh.
Or if you guys want to go more fun after this week, we could do some weird as fuck wedding stories.
I think I want weird wedding.
I have one for weird wedding.
Okay, let's do weird weddings. Yeah. Let's do it.
Also, I know that we were kind of in like, let's get this done mode when we got on today, but we never introduced ourselves. So if you are here for the first time, there are 3 of us. I am Chelsea.
I'm Courtney.
I'm Bruce.
And
apologies.
We like to have fun and tell stories, if you can't tell. So that's that.
Honestly, when you paused there, I wanted to say we like to party. We like to party. Sorry.
Okay,
not
so we're
sorry.
gonna do
Actually,
weird as fuck.
I intend it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we apologies we didn't introduce ourselves, but next week we're doing weddings. So
we're usually better than that. We were kind of excited because we had been talking for like 20 minutes off camera. So we were kind of already in the chatty groove.
Yeah.
So unfortunately.
Whoopsie doodle.
Yeah.
Yep.
all
So
right.
Check us out. Our email is onceuponaweird25@gmail.com. We can check it anytime. If you have a story of something weird that's not mainstream, feel free to share it with us.
We want to hear it.
Topic thoughts on previous topics, whatever you think we should know or you want us to know, let us know.
I'm gonna post these. That's true. I'm gonna post these weird pictures that they sent after this drops, so that you guys can share the strange animal pictures that Courtney came up with.
We'll share the we Google the name of the cryptid. This is the image that people have put out, and then
what we decided
obviously
it looked like.
What we decided it looked like and what we had envisioned while we were listening to these stories. So we will have all of that hopefully up It comes out midnight on the 21st of January. So here we go.
Happy birthday, Ollie!
Yay! Oh, I can't stop with it.
13.
13. She's a teenager.
I can't.
Yikes. I just felt 5 gray hairs sprout.
I found a picture of Mitch holding baby Allie.
Right here. Yep. Right here. All the grays. Do you see them? Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for being here.
Yep.
We love you.
Love you. Okay, bye.
Bye.